Hello. Hey, yeah, I just made it back. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? Oh, yes, it's morning here, and I've been up too long. Not enough of this so far. Good morning, good morning. It's a Friday morning, and let's start with something. I ain't gonna worry about my spiel because, again, I've been up too long and it's too early, and I haven't had enough coffee. So, what are we gonna play here? I know today's a somewhat solemn day. So, yeah, this is the one. Let's start off with the one that's been in my head. Ugh, Marathon Runner. Our indie folk contemporary version, Fenton Johnson.
If I have run my course and seek the pearls, my psyche fain would drink at Mermelin and rest content in wine and nectar cup. Who knows but that the gods have found me whole, and in their stewardship of man would bless the sweating lover fickle man once knew. I know that I might pull the tendon bands that hold my soul together, might bend each nerve and muscle, spirit fain would keep, that I might hear the maddening cheers of men who, when the morrow dawns, forget the games and cast instead the dice in marketplace. But I have found sweeter peace than fame, and in the evening dwell on heights divine. Betwixt my lips a rose from Cupid's hands, upon my brow the laurel belvedere entwines from tree beside the throne of Zeus. And flowing from my speech Athene's words dip long in wisdom's fount to heal the soul. Sweeter peace than fame, and in the evening dwell on heights divine. Betwixt my lips a rose from Cupid's hands, upon my brow the laurel belvedere entwines from tree beside the throne heal the soul. At noon of night, and at the night's pale end, such things have chanced to me, as one by day would scarcely tell a friend for fear of mockery. Shadows, you say, mirages of the brain. I know not, faith, not I. Is it more strange the dead should walk again than that the quick should die? You say, mirages of the brain. I know not, faith, not I. Is it more strange the dead should walk again than that the quick should die? One feather is a bird I claim, one tree a wood. In a low voice I heard more than a mortal should. And so I stood apart, hidden in my own heart. And yet I roamed out where those notes went like the bird whose thin song hung in air, diminished yet still heard. I lived with open sound, aloft and on the ground. That ghost was my own choice, the shy cerulean bird. It sang with her true voice, and it was I who heard a slight voice reply. I heard and only I. Desire exalts the ear, bird girl and ghostly tree. The earth, the solid air, their slow song sang in me. The long noon pulsed away like any summer day. tree. The earth, the solid air, their slow song sang in me. The long noon pulsed away like any summer day.
So what do you think of the first little mini set there? Nice and subdued. Yeah, seems like it's kind of subdued for a Friday. You know, like I said, we got the Lisa McPherson memorials going on in the anti-Scientology community. And then semester is basically over for me. I got all of my work done for my online class. 2 other classes are in the bag, and the only thing I got to do is rewrite my paper. Yeah, it's like, what the heck am I going to do with myself? Maybe this. Yes, I need to get off my butt and start. I got like 30 extra pounds I'm carrying. Also, there is a Clearwater. I was about to say cult water. There might be a cult there. I don't know. But there is a Clearwater in here in Arkansas. I think it's along the Arkansas River. Yes, somewhat smooth Friday. We'll see how long we can keep it up. I don't know if I'm going to play the loud distorted stuff yet. So yeah, on track as of right now, 3 A's and a B. Because I did that essay and it sucked. Oh, I just like, I don't even, hopefully he won't even look at it and go, oh, okay, he turned it in and he did 2 responses, 50 points. And if I do that and I do really good on my final, then I'll have 4 A's. And then I'm going to get me a nice, expensive, for me, bottle of Irish whiskey. Oh, we all have goals. We all have goals. All right, let's play a couple more. Oh, let's see what Sweeney is up to among the Nightingales. T.S. Eliot.
Apnick Sweeney spread his knees, letting his arms hang down to laugh. The zebra stripes along his jaw, swelling to maculate giraffe. The circles of the stormy moon slide westward toward the river plate. Death and the raven drift above, and Sweeney guards the horned gate. Gloomy Orion and the dog are veiled and hushed, the shrunken seas. The person in the Spanish cape tries to sit on Sweeney's knees, slips and pulls the tablecloth, overturns a coffee cup, reorganized upon the floor. She yawns and draws a stocking up. The silent man in mocha brown sprawls at the windowsill and gapes. The waiter brings in oranges, bananas, figs, and hothouse grapes. The silent vertebrate in brown contracts and concentrates, withdraws. Rachel Narabinovich tears at the grapes with myrrh's paws. She and the lady in the cape are suspect, thought to be in league. Therefore the man with heavy eyes declines the gambit, shows fatigue, leaves the room and reappears outside the window, leaning in. Branches of wisteria circumscribe a golden grin. indistinct converses at the door apart. The nightingales are singing near the convent of the Sacred Heart. And sang within the bloody wood when Agamemnon cried aloud and let their liquid siftings fall to stain the stiff, dishonored shroud. Within this black hive tonight, there swarm 1,000,000 bees. Bees passing in and out the moon, bees escaping out the moon, bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing, silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. Within this black hive tonight, there swarm 1,000,000 bees. Bees passing in and out the moon, bees escaping out the moon, bees returning through the moon, silver bees intently buzzing, silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. When curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower.
Yeah, the ones I avoid are the red wasps. Those are mean. Yeah, and we have way too many of them around here. Yes, B. Careful, Joe. Oh, yes, and you are behind, because I was wondering where you be keeping yourself. Oh, I should be locked up for such stupid puns. I love it. Yes, I was wondering. So I hope you had a good vacation or whatever it was. We just be having an interesting time here, having to behave. Oh. Yeah, like most critters just want to be left alone. You know, like most people, like me, I just, unless I want you in my sphere, just leave me the hell alone. And it is basically the way it is with most critters. You make a bunch of noise, and usually they try to avoid you. Although sometimes that's the opposite happens, and they come and get you, come after you. Oh, all right. What else are we gonna play here? Let's see here. There. Not that one yet. Oh, let's play this one. A little dramatic, but hey.
The heart of afternoon was clouding onto throbs of storm. Ashen within the ardent west, the lips of thunder muttered harm. And as a bubble like to break, hung heaven's trembling amethyst, when with the sedge grass by the lake I braceleted her wrist. And when the ribbon grass was tight, sad with the happiness we planned, palm linked in palm we stood a while and watched the raindrops dot the sand, until the anger of the breeze chilled all the lake's bright breathing down, and ravished all the radiant seas from her deep eyes of brown. We gazed from shelter on the storm, and throughout hearts swept ghostly pain, to see the shards of days we passed, broken and none might mend again. Broken that none shall ever mend, loosened that none shall ever tie. Oh, the wind and the wind, will it never end? Oh, the sweeping past of the ruined sky. And when the ribbon grass was tied, sad with the happiness we planned, palm linked in palm we stood a while and watched the raindrops dot the sand, until the anger of the breeze chilled all the lake's bright breathing down, and ravished all the radiance from her deep eyes of brown. From her deep eyes of brown. From her deep eyes of brown. Oh, from heaven ends, loosen that none shall ever tie. Oh, the wind and the wind, will it never end? Oh, the sweeping past of the ruined sky.
Let's switch it up slightly.
At the top of the house, the apples are laid in rows, and the skylight lets the moonlight in those. Apples are deep sea apples of green. There goes a cloud on the moon. skies, and then there is no sound at the top of the house of men. Or mice in the cloud is blown, and the moon again dapples the apples with deep sea light. Silver streams out of the moon, those moonlit apples of dreams, and quiet is the steep stair. Under in the corridors, under there is nothing but sleep, and stiller than ever on orchard boughs they keep. Tressed with the moon, and deep is the silence, deep on moon-washed apples of wonder. Dusky groves were chilly all day long, mocking the nuthatch and the cardinal. The trim drab catbird trolls its fitful song. I hear the mellow golden pawpaws fall. Luscious fruit scorned as of little worth by those who long for guavas of the south, figs and bananas pining that the north is barren of the luxuries of the earth. Fruit that I sought in childhood with a mouth eager to taste that wild delicious juice. What orange grown in groves of Italy, or what pomegranate ripened in the dews of Grecian and Isles would I not now refuse for the rare flavored racy pulp of thee. or so. Maybe at last, being but a broken man, I must be satisfied with my heart, although winter and summer till old age began. My circus animals were all on show, those stilted boys, that burnished chariot, lion and woman, and the Lord knows what. What can I but enumerate old themes? First, that sea rider hoising, led by the nose, through 3 enchanted islands, allegoric war dreams, vain gaiety, vain battle, vain repose, greed of the embittered heart, or so it seems, that might adorn old songs or courtly shows. But what care that set him on to ride? I starred for the bosom of his fairy bride. And then a counter-truth filled out its play. The Countess Kathleen was the name I gave it. She, pity-crazed, had given her soul away, but masterful heaven had intervened to save it. I thought my dear must her own soul destroy, so did fanaticism and hate enslave it. And this brought forth a dream, and soon enough this dream itself had all my thoughts and love. Stole the bread, cook Sholin fought the ungovernable sea. Heart mysteries there, and yet when all is said, it was the dream itself enchanted me. Character isolated by a deed, to engross the present and dominate memory. Players and painted stage took all my love, and not those things that they were emblems of. Those masterful images, because complete, grew in pure mind, but out of what began a mound of refuse, or the sweepings of a street. Old kettles, old bottles, and a broken can. Old iron, old bones, old rags, and a raving slut. Who keeps the till now that my ladder's gone? I must lie down where all the ladders start, in the foul rag and bone shop of the heart.
That was a cool one. So what do you think of that set? We're getting a little bit more energy up. We started kind of subdued. And good morning, Matt. Matthew, how is it going? Yeah, well, hopefully your meeting will go good. It should. Yeah, I'm on my, if you count this as 3 standard cups, I'm on my 3rd one. Which means I'm almost out. Oh, I amuse myself way too easily sometimes. That's one of the things that keeps me going, because there's always a joke there somewhere. Yes, get yourself back some sleep, which I don't know if I'll do. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to play another track, and let's play something a little upbeat. Yeah, a little upbeat. If I can find it. No, not that folder. Not that folder. I am just embarrassing myself now, aren't I? Which is what I do all the time anyway, so nothing new. Here!
love abideth, sleeps no softer, it proceeds on through lawns, on through meads, on and on, whatever befall. Meandering and musical, though the hugged pasturage bears not on its shaven ledge aught but weeds and waving grasses, to view the river as it passes, save here and there a scanty patch of primroses, too faint to catch a weary bee, and scarce it pushes its gentle way through strangling rushes, where the glossy kingfisher flutters when noon heats are near, glad the shelving banks to shun, red and steaming in the sun. Where the shrew mouse with pale throat burrows, and the speckled stoat, where the quicksand pipers flit in and out the marl and grit that seems to breed them brown as they not disturbs its quiet way, save some lazy stork that springs, trailing it with legs and wings, whom the shy fox from the hill rouses creepy ne'er so still. Seems to breed them brown as they not disturbs its quiet way, save some lazy stork that springs, trailing it with legs and wings, whom the shy fox from the hill ruses creepy ne'er so still. Is it harder work than it used to be? Are the new soda parlors worse than the old-time saloons, baby van? Do you have jobs in the daytime, or is this all you do? Do you come out only at night? In the winter at the skating rinks, in the summer at the roller coaster parks, wherever figure eights are carved by skates in winter, by roller coasters in summer, wherever the whirling gigs are going and chicken, Spanish, and hot dog are sold. There you come, giggling baby vamp. There you come with your blue baby eyes, saying, take me.
the summer at the roller coaster parks, wherever figure eights are carved by skates in winter, by roller coasters in summer, wherever the whirly jigs are going and chicken, Spanish, and hot dog are sold. There you come, giggling baby vamp. There you come with your blue baby eyes, sing. Take me. Oh.
The
Good morning, Antics. I guess it's a good thing you showed up because that's what we call surf music around here, the Antics treatment. Thanks to Joe and you. How is it going? Cool. I should be on for about another hour. I don't know. Haven't figured that part out yet because I'm kind of don't have much. Well, I wouldn't say that. Good morning, Dusty. How are you doing? I hope you got my. I'm sure you got my email. So yes, I will be going on tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, and I will be reading from this thing here, all about Scientology, my Scientology haikus and limericks, as part of the Lisa McPherson memorial thing that's going on. That's just me doing my part. And then I'll figure out if I want to play any music after that or not. But that's what I plan on doing. So if you want to join me here, let me get this link. Here is the link for that. Yeah, like I said, I'll just try to do my part. But yeah, what else is going on? I'm glad you got the volume turned up because, we went from light and subdued to we're building when we're building. And, sometimes these shows kind of just make themselves. I would have emailed Scooter Mom about it, but I don't have her email address. Oh, but all right. Yes, I know what I'm going to play next. Let's get the old building up going on, and yeah. Just gotta find the right freaking folder, as usual. Oh, yeah. Emily Jane Bronte meets Stevie Ray Vaughan, the lady to her guitar.
Has ceased to care, then why dost thou such feelings bring to my sad spirit, old guitar? It is as if the warm sunlight in some deep glen should lingering stay when clouds of storm or shades of have wrapped the parent orb away. why dost thou such feelings bring to my sad spirit, old guitar? It is as if the warm sunlight in some deep glen should lingering stay when clouds of storm or shades of night have wrapped the parent orb away.
Behold it turn together. The souls of learning and of leather. Poor Joe is gone, but left his all. You'll find his relics in a star. His works were neat and often found, well stitched and with Morocco bound. Tread lightly where the body's laid. He cannot mend the shoe he made. Yet is he happy in his hole, with verse immortal as his soul. But still to business he held fast and stuck to focus to the that who shall say so good a fellow was only leather and prunella. For character he did not lack it, and if he did, 'twas shame to black it.
Bend double like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags. We cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshot, all went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind.
quick, boys, an ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out and stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or light. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you two could pace, behind the wagon that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face, like a devil sick of sin. If you could hear at every jolt the blood come gargling from the froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cut of vile incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell with such high zest. Two children ardent for some desperate glory, the old light, dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori.
Shot from a bower eaves, he rode between the barley sheaves. The sun came dazzling through the leaves and flamed upon the brazen greaves of bold Sir Lancelot. A Red Cross Knight forever kneel to a lady in his shield that sparkled on the yellow field beside remote Shalott. The jammy bridle glittered free like to some branch of stars we see hung in the golden galaxy. The bridle bells rang merrily as he rode down from Camelot. hounds and Baldric slung, a mighty silver bugle hung, and as he rode his armor rung beside remote Shalott. All in the blue unclouded weather, big jewels shone, the saddle leather, the helmet and the helmet feather burned like one burning flame together as he rode down from Camelot, as often through the purple night, below the starry clusters bright, some bearded knee or trailing light moves over green Shalott. His broad, clear brow in sunlight glowed, on burnished hooves his warhorse strode, from underneath his helmet flowed his coal black curls as on he rode, as he rode down from Camelot. From the bank and from the river he flashed into the crystal mirror. Tiralira, tiralira, sang Sir Lancelot. Oh, she left the web, she left the loom, she made 3 paces through the room. She saw the water flower bloom, she saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down the Camelot, out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott.
So, my friends, what you think so far of the show? I'll probably do another 20 minutes. Yeah, let's do. Well, we're 1 hour 10 in. It really does go pretty quick sometimes. Oh, and Haggis, you're here. Hey, Haggis, if you're still here, how you doing? Yeah, our poor Lancelot, you know. Oh, it's stuff like that that makes me pity the good looking. Oh, pretty privilege screws the world up. Yeah. What are we going to play? Let's play this one.
A woman who my mother knows came in and took off all her clothes. Said I, not being very old, by golly gosh, you must be cold.
No, no, she cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot. Said I, not being very old, by golly gosh, you must be cold. No, no, she cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot.
golly gosh, you must be cold. No, no, she cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot. I like my body when it is with your body. It is so quite new a thing. Muscles better and nerves more. I like your nerves, get small. I like your body. I like what it does. I like its hows. I like to feel the spine of your body and its bones and the trembling smoothness in which I will again and again and again kiss. I like kissing this and that of you. I
walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denied. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tread, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place.
So, how do you like that set? They all had. I'm not even going to go there. I hope y'all enjoy. I am. It's Friday, and it's too early in the morning, and I've been up too long. But I'm glad you have liked the show. I've basically taken this everywhere so far, I guess. So what should we play now? A couple more, and then I am going to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of myself today. I got to start working on rewriting my paper. Yeah, I got three things to do. I have to do a peer review, rewrite my paper, and a final. The final hasn't been posted yet, so I need to work on those other two. What will we play here? Oh. Yep, so a little bit more to do, and then I will probably not know what to do with myself. Which might, I don't know. There ain't no trouble to get into around here anyways. Of course, I say that now, and then trouble just might find me. Hopefully, it'll be the spicy kind of trouble. But here's for you Celts that are still there.
This cloud in battle slept out of doors many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good bedmen and all boors, at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept, none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. This ploughman dead in battle slept out of doors many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good bedmen and all boors, at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept, none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. Above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. I slept, none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps.
This is the field where the battle did not happen, where the unknown soldier did not die. This is the field where grass joined hands, where no monument stands, and the only heroic thing is the sky. Birds fly here without any sound, unfolding their wings across the open. No people killed or were killed on this ground, hallowed by neglect and an air so tame that people celebrate it by forgetting its name. This is the field where the battle did not happen, where the unknown soldier did not die. This is the field where grass join hands, where no monument stands, and the only heroic thing is the sky. Birds fly here without any sound, unfolding their wings across the open. No people killed or were killed on this ground, hallowed by neglect and an air so tame that people celebrate it by forgetting its name.
All right, my friends. I'm going to play one more. Let's end the day on a whimsical note, sort of a little tropical note, since in the in this neck of the woods it's kind of chilly. More importantly, y'all go out there, have an awesome day. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done today. Definitely, yeah. I'm not gonna know what to do with myself the roughly month off I have till school starts next in January, and then it'll be like, oh, I wish it was back in vacation time or break time. But you guys will be here. Well, I'll be telling all y'all about it as it goes on, because yeah, you know, earlier you said that Maya, you said you told your therapist about us. Well, I talk to mine about y'all guys all the time, because if it wasn't for you guys, I know for sure I would not be here right now in the position I am. No, I would be here, but probably a lot worse off. Yes. So you guys keep me honest. Now, how about a little fuzzy fellow without feet, Emily Dickinson?
Fuzzy fellow without feet, yet doth exceeding run. Of velvet is his countenance and his compassion. Sometime he dwelleth in the ground, time upon a bough. From where he doth descend in blush on the passer by. All this in summer. But when winds alarm the folk, he takes in sewing silk. Then finer than a lady merges in the spring. A feather on he scarce recognize him. By men I clept caterpillar, by me, but who am I to tell the pretty secret of the butterfly?
Well, I sent you and Pizza an email. So, but yeah, we need to do another one soon too. Yeah. Sending good vibes, my friends. Sending good vibes. Sending good vibes to all of you. Go out there, have a good day. You know, it's Friday. Yeah. I genuinely hope when that time comes that, yeah. But until then, I'll be on tonight. Here, let me go. I think there's the link for that. Oh, no, right there, yeah. There's the link for that, what I'm doing this evening. Probably just like 30 minutes or so, if people want to join. Maybe a little longer. And then, yeah, in between now and then, I guess I'm going to try to figure it out. Huh? I hope y'all figure it out too. Have a good one, my friends. And thank you for spending a little bit of your precious time on this earth with little old me this morning. Always a pleasure. And I will see y'all again Monday morning. I'll have the time to actually make a show. So we'll start be doing some regular shows for the next month or so. And then we'll go from there. Have a good one, my friends. Bye. And bye. Oh, just shut up and hit the end and stream button, Brian. Oh, boy.